I would like to welcome everybody that's here. And we're going to start off tonight with our invocation. If you would, Alderman Chapman would do our invocation tonight, and then Alderwoman Garrett has the pledge to the flag.
Please stand with me. God, it's a prayer, please. Dear Lord, I humbly approach you and thank you for letting us gather here tonight in a country, a state, and a city where the liberties that we oftentimes take for granted are governed here tonight. God, I pray that you will be with us as we make decisions for this city, as we try to progress it moving forward. Please be with our first responders. Please be with those who are overseas defending our nation. And thank you for letting us live in a great city. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If the clerk could call the roll, please.
Alderman Garrett.
Present.
Alderman Godfrey.
Present.
Alderman Martin.
Here.
Alderman Chapman.
Present.
Alderman Wilbanks. Here. Alderwoman Oliver.
Present.
Alderman Lott. Here. Attorney Will Purdy. Present. And Presiding Mayor Phil Fisher.
Okay, tonight we have a recognition we'd like to do. This is going to be designated in the month of May as Lupus Awareness Month in the city. I have a proclamation to read, and we have some people representing some advocates for lupus, the lupus organization. Y'all would come forward, please, and join us. Afterwards, we'll do a quick picture for them. Okay, come on up a little bit further, turn around so the camera can get you on there. We'll get you to introduce yourselves and talk to us a little bit about lupus before we read the proclamation. So, Shani, if you could start, please.
Okay, I'm Tanya Jackson. I am an advocate for lupus to be a voice for others that can't. I've had lupus for 35 years. Lupus is an autoimmune disease which mimics other symptoms of other diseases. It's hard to diagnose. It takes 2 to 3 years. It doesn't matter who it attacks. So your body's supposed to protect you, but the lupus, being that you have lupus, it attacks the body that it's supposed to protect. So I just want to be a voice for the ones that can't, and make a pathway for the ones that's coming behind me with the lupus.
Thank you. The rest of you could introduce yourselves.
I'm her oldest son, Octavius Jackson.
I'm Arnisa, his girlfriend.
And I'm Clarence Jackson, the second born of Mr. Tiny Jackson.
Okay. We have a proclamation tonight. It says, whereas according to the Lupus Foundation of America, the LFA, an estimated 1.5 million Americans and an estimated 5 million people worldwide have a form of lupus. And whereas, according to the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that affects many different parts of the body. An autoimmune disease occurs when the body's immune system attacks itself because it cannot tell the difference between healthy tissue and foreign invaders such as bacteria and viruses. Whereas, in the words of President Ronald Reagan in his 1986 proclamation, 5523, Lupus Awareness Month serves as a continuing reminder in order for us to take advantage of the knowledge already gained. Public awareness of the symptoms and treatment of lupus and of those needs for continued scientific research remains essential. Working together, our objective must be to uncover the cause and find a cure for this devastating disease. Therefore, I, Phil Fisher, Mayor of the City of Clinton, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Lupus Awareness Month in the City of Clinton. Could I have a motion, please?
Move to approve. Second.
And a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Yeah.
Motion carries. Y'all come up and squeeze in. Let's get a picture here. Pass that down to Jim so we can put it in our official records.
Oh. Make sure I can see Robert. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you being here tonight. You're certainly welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting.
Yes.
Or you can leave if you need to.
I'm gonna go take one more picture. I'll just get everyone. Put you this way.
Thank you.
Good deal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Item 6 is approval of consent agenda items A through O. We have a motion, question, or a comment?
I move to approve item 6A through N.
We have a motion to, where no, what happened to O?
It was mislabeled.
Well, there you go. Items A through N. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Next up will be our department head report. Anna Nutt from the Chamber of Commerce just insisted on coming and doing this report for us tonight. She was all for speed.
No, I'm really excited to be here. Thank you, Mayor and Board, for having me tonight. This is going to be quick, I promise, but I just want to tell you all a little bit about what has been going on at the Chamber. So I'll start just with what drives our organization, which is our membership. You can see our key investors listed here. And as you can see, small business drives most of our membership, as you would expect. So 242 out of those 385 members are small businesses, which I think is just significant and important to note. And I'm going to go through some events that we have done in the past few months and just talk about those and how they have impacted the community a little bit. So we'll back up to 2024 for a minute, and we're going to talk about the parade and the Yule Run because it's one of my favorite days of the year. But the 50th parade happened this past 2024, and we had the largest number of participants that we have ever had, about 150. And then our 7th annual Yule Run, which is always sponsored by Continental, and it was Buddy the Elf themed, so you can see the medal right there. Had the most participants that it has ever had as well, and we topped 307, which that is the highest number we've ever seen. So that event just keeps growing every year, and we pull people from many surrounding communities. It's not just Clinton, and kids even participate in this one because everybody gets a medal. So you know, it's not a prize for the top finishers. So that is a great event for our community and the surrounding community. So we're really proud of that one. Something else that we are excited about is that we brought our Chamber Gala back to Old Town this year for the first time. And we had a really great event. I think the turnout was really great. You know, we had this award that we gave to this outstanding citizen, you know, and it was the mayor. So, you know, we had to honor him, and we were thankful and grateful to do that. Something we added to our event this year, which I think went really well and we hope to keep growing, is we added what we called Taste of Clinton. We had 6 different restaurants participate, and we had 303 cater food that we paid for, but then these restaurants provided and came in and served food to kind of give a glimpse of what there is to offer in Clinton. So we hope to grow that. Since this was our first year, we think 6 was a great number to have. And we were just really pleased with that. And something we, my board president and I have talked about is we want 2025 to be the year of, our word we picked was intentional. And I think our plan to bring the gala back to Old Town, to a historic landmark that the city has, was very intentional and just something to highlight in our community. So we were excited to do that as well. Red Brick Roads. This, of course, is a partnership between Main Street Clinton and the Chamber and the City of Clinton. So Marley, Tara, and I spent hours and hours and hours on this event. And many of you attended it, and thank y'all for your support in this. I know we met with you back in 2023 after, you know, we have that sweltering hot August, and we were like, okay, what's got to change? Do we still want to have this event? And I think it was, you know, a unanimous vote from y'all and from us that, This is a great community building event, so we moved it to March, and I think it worked. I think we added so many new components to this event that all worked well. You know, we're always going to fight with the rain on a weekend like this, but even in August, that was something we're going to fight with. So we added some new components. On Thursday night, we started with Story Fest, which was hosted by the Institute of Southern Storytelling. Gary Grubbs came to that. They showed a short film. There are over 100 people at that, which I think is phenomenal for the first year of that partnership, and we're really thankful to the Thaxtons for that partnership. And then we rolled right into Friday and had a cover band, Mustache the Band, which was probably the biggest turnout we've ever had at a Red Brick Roads festival concert. And the weather was fabulous. So that was a great kickoff to the weekend. And then Saturday, if you looked at the schedule, there was something from 7 a.m. We added a run. So we had 165 runners at this run, which was, we were blown away for the first year of a run. You know, we were expecting, you know, maybe we'll hit 60, maybe we'll hit 75. We didn't know what to expect. We added it to be a money-making component to kind of help fund the festival in a way. And it ended up bringing the festival in about $2,000 at the end of the day with those 165 runners. So we were really pleased with that. And then it rolled into Art in the Park. And then we rolled straight into the homebrew competition, which keeps growing every year. And we had close to 50 homebrews in that. And that just is a component that people keep coming back for year after year. And it's been really fun to watch that one grow. And then the music started, we rolled right into the music. And right after homebrew, we added a component this year, which Marley and I were sitting in a meeting, I don't know, back in the fall. And we were like, wait, this is happening in March. What do we have to add to this event? Crawfish. So we contacted Kelly Ray and we were like, please, please, please come do this event with us. Help us with this event. And he was more than generous. And y'all, he donated the entirety of the crawfish to the festival and let us profit from it. So we are so thankful for that partnership, and we hope that that one also continues to grow. And that definitely helped the bottom line of the festival. And then, you know, music the rest of the night. So just so many components, and I cannot forget about White Waters. I almost forgot about that. They added their plein air paint out this year and had, was it 34, 35 artists come to Clinton. And if you came to the festival, you saw them painting around the Old Town area. And that was really fun to watch and to see the paintings at the end and see, you know, what people painted. I saw some of Coach's Creamery. There was one of some of the boutiques. There was, you know, just landmarks in Old Town and the surrounding areas that then some of them were for sale after. And then they had a People's Choice, which had a really great turnout voting wise, and they gave awards for People's Choice. So all in all, this is the first year we can say that this festival is going to profit. Well, it has profited in the past. I'll back it up and say, but this is the most that it's ever profited. We're not ready to release final numbers yet because we're still ending and, you know, closing out the festival, but it's the best festival we've ever had. So we're, you know, really thankful that the city is our partner in this and that we hope to continue it. And now that we know that it works in March, we're going to keep growing it and keep making it bigger and better than ever. I skipped one. Something that happens every 2 years, of course, is Leadership Clinton. So we have a class going right now. We have 2 department heads. We have Ashley and Courtney in this class. So we're really excited to have them. And we are almost through. We're about halfway through, but we have been learning about the history of Clinton. We've been learning about the government. In the next session, we're going to talk about education. So that's just something that we are really proud to keep going year after year. We have 10 in the class this year, which is intentional. It's a smaller class than normal, but we wanted them to be able to get to know each other better. And when they do their project, we wanted them to be able to no one get lost in the crowd, to say. So we're really pleased with how that's going. And they'll finish their sessions in June, and then their goal right now, they're kind of talking about a project, and their goal, I think, is to have it finished in the fall. And it's going to be an exciting project if they can pull it We also run the youth leadership program, which we have changed completely, and it now mimics Leadership Clinton. The only difference is this is a 2-year program. So now they enter as juniors and they meet once a semester. So they have 8 sessions, one every 9 weeks of their junior and senior year. So it kind of mimics that. We have department heads come talk to them. We talk about large and small businesses. We talk about each year has a history session. George Broadstreet teaches the history of Clinton. So we want them to leave knowing that if they go out of Clinton to go to college or whatever, that they can come back to Clinton and know that there are opportunities here. And we want them to take pride in their hometown and learn about why it's important to know about your hometown. So we have, I think, about 18 in this group, and we will accept a new class next year. We have about 4 seniors rolling out, and then hopefully the rest of them will stay, and we'll take another group of juniors in the fall. And then with that, we have 3 sponsors. Continental, Mansell Media, and Maine Company gave 3 $500 scholarships to seniors. So you can see them pictured there at our education lunch last week. So we're proud to be able to give them scholarships through that program as well. What else do I have for you? And that's all I have for y'all tonight. Do y'all have any questions or anything?
Wasn't the homebrew, isn't this the only one in the state?
Yes, it is. So it is the only sanctioned judge competition in the state. So I think that's something to be proud of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the report. Okay, we have no Board of Aldermen discussion reports, so we'll move on to 9A. Discussion action authorization of payment of $21,000 to Right of Way Technology, Inc. for professional services related to the wastewater expansion project for November 15, 2024 through April 4th, 2025, as requested by the Clinton Raymond Bolton Wastewater Authority. Mr. Baldry will take us through this one.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is one continuing the work on the wastewater expansion project. This is the company that's actually doing the right-of-way, securing those right-of-ways for us. They begin in November. This is the first time they've invoiced us in April here. And you'll notice B is the same thing, but just for another week of work. So if you would, we'd like to get this approved so we can get them paid.
Can we do A and B at the same time?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think I'd make a motion to approve A and B, 9A and B.
We have a motion. Is there, can we got a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Just for the information, if you don't have a agenda, B was an authorization of $25,600 for the same exact thing that we were talking about. So item C, discussion action authorization of a right-of-way payment to Curtin Industries LLC in the amount of $250 for the wastewater expansion project as requested by the Clinton Raymond Bolton Water Association.
Yes.
Mr. Baldry?
Yes, Mayor. This is an actual right-of-way purchase, a payment to someone who holds property. They're the leaseholder on a piece of property that's being affected by this development, and they've settled for $250 on this one.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Let me just say that, Board, I neglected to say at the beginning, after we do the employment items, we do have a need tonight to go into executive session. So, all right, item D, discussion action, accept the proposal and authorize the mayor to execute a contract with Pruitt Contract Services for custodial services in the amount of $47,400 annually. Ms. Nunn, our Director of Parks and Works, will take us through this one.
Parks and Recreation. Good evening. One of the parts of our department is taking care of some restroom needs as well as cleaning some pavilions at the parks. As far as I know, we've always had an employee for that custodian. I don't think it's ever been handled by any other company. We ran into recently, as we know, the labor force is kind of been shaken up, and it's hard to get people to want to work these days. And then sometimes they have, I guess, issues with the pay as well. So, we had our last custodian. Their last day was February, I want to say 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And so we began advertising for that position. I knew that we wanted to do this a little bit differently this time as far as the hire. We wanted to make sure that we had several interviews, several applicants brought in, as well as I wanted, Chandra to be a part of that process to ensure that we had a good hire there. Unfortunately, for the past 2 months, we've gotten one application. For whatever reason, we've only gotten one. So that's been very difficult, where we just thought it would just be a few weeks of my guys being pulled off of the parks to take care of the restrooms. It has now turned into 2 months. And, I feel bad. There's been projects where I've had to pull the guys in and say, I'm sorry, I really need the restrooms cleaned at this point, first and foremost. This was not the initial solution, but it is part of what we do as department heads to look at the department as a whole and see what our needs are. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look ahead of what could possibly be a need or what the solution could be. But this is a solution that I checked into. This is a company that takes care of Mississippi College as well as Clinton Public Schools, and they've been recommended by them. And so part of what the custodian takes care of is, 22 restrooms, 3 pavilions, the Wood Center, the common area in the Wood Center, the office at Traceway, as well as the conference room. And then Brighton Park, they take care of the office areas there, the conference room, as well as the common area. So the hallway and all that good stuff. So they take care of a good bit. And then of course, with that, we've got some new restrooms coming in. So as we're expanding at the parks and in the city, we're gonna have to look at some of those things, right? So being that we've been out of a custodian for 2 months, I felt like this was a solid recommendation. And again, just only recommendation from what I can see. So I did send you guys an email just to try to give you more details because I was afraid I wouldn't get to address you before now. I understand if y'all would like to discuss it more, that is okay. But I do want to bring it to your attention at this point because, my guys are starting to wear down from having to clean restrooms, and they are not, custodians.
So why did the person leave in February? Was it money? Was it going for a better job? I mean, why did
They were
leave?
not cleaning efficiently.
So
it was a situation to where they had been trained several times on the same things, and it just wasn't quite getting to where we needed it to get. There was a lot of things that were being neglected, and it was becoming more of we were having to go behind them daily, so it just
for me,
didn't
I
quite
would
work
like
out.
for us to discuss this at our next work session. I would like for us to be able to discuss if this is the right move for the city, if there's another option out there, put our heads together. I know you've done work on this and I appreciate what you put together for us. But for me, I'm more comfortable if we can discuss it before we make a decision.
Okay, so you can make a motion to table it.
Make a motion to table.
Motion to table, is there a second?
Second.
Yeah, we have a motion to table and then a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? I'm sorry, Ricky. Motion carries.
I think hers was yes, it just.
Yeah, I know the council's a delay, you told me. So,
If
so
you guys,
we'll put this on the agenda for our next work session
okay,
and then we'll go from there.
okay.
Okay?
Hey, before you leave, Brighton, how is that going?
Oh, good question. So Brighton, we've been working on it for a little while. I know the patience is growing thin with the community because they have seen how cool the playground looks over at Brighton, and I don't blame them. But with the install, there was a lot of things that we wanted to get addressed to make sure that the product that we're paying for is what we deserve here. There are still a few pieces in the playground that we want to switch out. That might be a little warped or something, but nobody knows that but me. But it is to a point that where we feel comfortable to open it to the public. And so we do want to do a ribbon cutting on Thursday at 5:30. That'll kind of get people ready for the Easter weekend. So if you guys, this Thursday, if you are able to make it, that would be great. So we can go ahead and turn these kids loose. So I know they're getting antsy for it. So if y'all can make it, 5:30 Thursday. Okay. Good. Any questions?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Item E, discussion action approve acceptance of bids received for the 2024 STDG pavement improvements, Spring Ridge Road and Clinton Boulevard overlay project, and there's the number for it. Award to the lowest and best bidder, Hayes General Construction LLC, in the amount of $916,605. Allowance of appropriate construction contingency and for the mayor to execute all documents, including the contract required for the project improvements. I can see that this is not Bill Owens standing in front of us. Greg Earhart, our consulting engineer, to tell us about this.
Okay, that pretty much sums it up. Basically, this is an LPA project that's funded 70% through the MDOT and 30% local funds. And we had 4 bidders. There was approximately $200,000 spread between them. We're getting a great benefit from the drop in oil prices, and that has directly impacted the price of asphalt, thermoplastic, all the components of this project. So we came in substantially under the estimate, and we recommend that it be awarded.
Make your break.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Greg, maybe I ask a question on two. There was great news about asphalt prices coming down and things too. Of course, we're in a volatile market right now. We typically do our road paving projects a little later
Sure.
on. I was just wondering.
Bill said that the board might ask about that. They are finishing up doing the assessments, and he anticipates that they'll be able to come forward next month and make a recommendation on that for the prioritization and the paving program for this year.
It's great. While prices are down, let's move if we can.
Yes, sir.
Very appreciate Bill looking at that.
I did a quick Google of that. Well, the price of a barrel of oil is down to $61.50. 12 years ago, as I recall, it was $83. So we should get some good numbers this year.
Let's move. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, item F, discussion action approval to terminate utility billing contract with Tyler Technologies and enter into a new contract with Munilink. Mr. Lilly, our Director of Public Works, will take us through that one.
Thank you. You guys may not remember, Tyler Tech is our utility billing software or program that we use. Back in 2022, we were in a state of emergency to try to get something because our current billing software provider had passed on us due to a heart attack. So in our rush, we did get with Tyler, who definitely like most salesmen promised us the world. From 2022 to date, we found that we only got a little piece of the world, and there we can get more with a little extra fee. Within your package, you see the conversation that we had with them, and that's probably close to some of the difficulty in my email chain that we've had with them. Some of you guys may have known some of the billing issues that we've had with our customers, which were directly involved with Tyler. So we're asking for your approval to not renew our contract with them and move forward with Munilinks. There is also a savings after the implementation process, which is pretty much standard in the industry. About $31,250. $31,250. Then after that, it's only an annual fee of $50,388. Well, $100. Excuse me. I'm getting tongue tied. So with your approval, we'll move forward to try to get something new and better. This new company, MuniLinks, definitely do have everything that we were promised all within this quote. We've gone through various demos. We've asked those questions, smart and dumb, just to make sure we had a good picture of what we were getting. So with your approval, we'll end this in June and move forward with MuniLink.
Is Beth Ann satisfied with it?
Oh yeah, that was my selling point.
Yeah, move to approve then.
I'll add this, anyone that's ever been a part of an implementation process, no, you'll lose hair.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Yeah.
So.
Now, we have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 10, A and B are employment items to hire a total of 4 people. And as we've done, if we just handle this all in one motion.
Mayor, we added 2 additional, it's A through D.
I'll make a motion to approve items A through D.
Okay, we have items A through D. We need a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor of items A through D, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. I must not be using the revised, I think.
I emailed it to you this afternoon.
Okay, well, I thought I had it, is what I'm saying. So anyway, all right, before we get to other business, we need to go into an executive session with a personnel issue. So we have a motion.
Can we skip one? Were y'all here?
I don't think we're on the.
They're not on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
They just love to come to city meetings.